we've looked into this multiple times.
I don't want to give away anything.
Okay.
But it's someone's going to do this.
Yes.
With artificial intelligence.
Let's move on.
Here's some of the factors. So right now we don't know. There's just so many factors.
Yeah.
Your training history. How much did you work out as a kid? Right. That's going to be a huge thing. Your age, your gender, who your parents are, the volume that you've been doing, both recently and historically, your nutrition, your sleep, your stress at work, all of these things.
Natural ability.
How mentally tough you are.
Oh yeah.
All this stuff is going to be put into it, and so we don't know.
It's just
basically
it out. Because we've looked at this before on our end, and we see some people will see a massive increase because maybe they trained a lot way back when, and then they're just getting back into it, right? So they can see a lot of quick gains. Or
Matt
the
Lieto,
opposite. Yeah,
he started out. He said it on a podcast. Fat kid, didn't do any training, but he's got that real good parent genetics.
Yep.
With Chris Lieto being his brother too.
Yep.
And he went super fat, 2 years. Pro level.
Yeah. Really impressive.
And I'm not pro level. You could put me through the exact same stuff that he did, and I would not be pro level.
Yeah. You'll progress at different rates. And that's just kind of, what it is,
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people, we expect it to be just straightforward. And I'm actually guilty of this a lot of the time. I tell myself that nobody's different than me, right? It all comes down to how hard we work. And then I use that to drive myself to train and do all that stuff. But in the end, I do have to face the music. There are people that are different than us. Some people faster, some people slower.
And you can't just apply a magical number like you're supposed to do this much per month per work. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah. I think Carson City Off-Road rider actually brought that up to you, right?
Yeah, and so it was interesting. I'm sorry I forgot your name. Whoever talked to me at the first aid station said that his podcast idea was have people talk about what their FTP was when they started, kind of their training history and what they got to, just to give everybody a range of what they can expect and how different people respond to training. So we just jumped into it with us, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. So we looked at all of our levels, which I'm going to share the link. Producer Tucker will I'll share this link with you to my first 20-minute test. You are all going to laugh because you'll get to see terrible pacing. And we'll share a screenshot too, so you can see that or something like that. But anyways, my first FTP test was with TrainerRoad, and it was after 1 year of riding, and it was in 2013. And my FTP was 230. And at that point, I was still stronger. So I still had motocross strength.
How much did you weigh when you raced moto?
I weighed 170 pounds almost.
Dang. Whoa. Yeah. And you're 142 right now?
147.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would look more like Simon Clark.
Yeah. Yeah, which, by the way, doppelganger alert there. But yeah, so 230 is where I was at. How about you, Pete?
So actually, Nate and I, my first FTP test, I did at Indoor Power at Chad's.
We might have been together.
We were together. Yeah. I think we were the only ones in the class, at least from
our bikes were next to each other.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah. And we did a 20-minute test. I had been riding for about a month or a couple months, something short. But that was my first power meter, first test, first everything. And I think I did 240 for 20 minutes, which is about 225, 228 FTP.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I went harder because Nate was next to me.
I bet. Where were you at, Nate?
So on that one, I had been training. I think I had a year of triathlon. I was about to do a marathon, my first marathon, and I believe I did a 235 FTP as my first one. I remember I did beat you. This was the
you were pretty satisfied.
235. I was like, oh yeah, this is amazing. But I think a better comparable of this is when I've taken time off for either kids or building business. My off the couch FTP of a year of no aerobic endurance is 189 with a weight of 200 pounds. So now. I said I was going to do the ramp test, but I didn't do the ramp test yesterday. I did a big 2-hour workout instead.
Yeah.
I'm going to raise to 350 up at 4,500
feet.
4,500 feet. And today I weigh about 192. I've been lifting weights, so my weight went up. And doing DEXA Friday, fat's gone up too. But I got plenty of time. Cape Epic's way far away. But that just shows you I'm pretty much double the watt kg and almost double the FTP.
Yeah, it's
pretty
impressive.
soon I'll be double the FTP. So there is room for people, and I'm not a natural athlete. We did our VO2 max test. I'm lower than you, Jonathan. Couldn't run the first mile in elementary or middle school, run the first 200 meters and walk the rest.
You didn't grow up being super athletic.
Did marching band. I did swim team for like a year and a half, but I was in the very slow thing, and I think my best 50 time was like 30 seconds, like in high school. So it was not good.
It's probably faster.
Maybe it
than
was 32 seconds.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think I'm actually about the same. Watts per kilo, I doubled pretty much because I've done 405 or 410 when I'm really fast, and that was probably at 180, 185. So, I mean,
There's room.
there's room.
And you're not, like, you have a special high VO2 max. Have you done a test?
I have a low VO2 max, actually. I think it was 59.
Wow.
So
Gives a lot of people hope.
yeah, I'm not that. And I am an anaerobic athlete, but I am not a VO2 max athlete. And I think that's just from years of racing crits. But even diesel, like I have diesel power, but my threshold power isn't there either. So
Yeah. Yeah. So we all start at a different rates. We all progress at different rates. And that's just kind of how it is.